So I've been playing video games ever since I was a child, and I've never actually asked the question, what makes a combat system work? I think it's probably a good idea to define what a combat system is before we whip into the science of it all, because I'm a scholar like that. I looked it up in 5 seconds. You know how it is. What can I say? Just a Google genius at its best, at its peak performance. A combat system is anything that happens when you're in combat. Yeah. The shortest and the best explanation I could find on the Google is that it's anything that happens when characters or whatever the fuck are in conflict and interactions between the intelligence artificial. Shit, I said that backward. Yeah. You get it, dude. You know what a combat system is, bro. It's pretty intuitive. It's just hard to define it like that. So Google said that a combat system should be intuitive, which means that you probably should be able to tell what's going on and have some kind of idea even before watching the tutorials or even before playing the game. Also, a combat system needs to be somewhat predictable, but not being so predictable to where it's boring and you know exactly what's going to happen at every single point. But you don't want it to be so unpredictable that the monster maybe whips out like a nene dance or something in the middle of the fight. That's not fun. It also needs to provide you with choices that are meaningful. I don't know what that means. But if I had to guess, it's probably the fact that if maybe I don't want to roll, maybe I want to block. If you think of something like maybe Monster Hunter or Dark Souls, they always give you a couple of choices. Do you want to use a shield and do you want to be a pussy? So what are some good examples of good combat systems? Number 1, Another Crab Adventure. Number 1, Monster Hunter. Any of the 1700 games that have come out in the last decade is good, and I would consider them all to have good combat. But my favorite one is probably Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, because it just lets you fly and stuff. The best part about Monster Hunter is the AI in the monsters is, I'd say, pretty good. As good as AI gets. Like, AI in video games is notoriously really stupid and goofy. So which one is your favorite? Which one are you fucking with? I need to get a job, man. Fuck. Here's the top 5 Monster Hunter games ranked based off of combat. Number 5, the first one. Number 4, the second one. Number 3, third one. Number 2, the fourth one. Number 5, and the best one, the best combat, any of them. Because they're all the same game, at least DLC with every game, and we still buy it because we're addicted. Another example of excellent combat is the infamous Elden Lord from Packet Ring. Number 1, Dark Souls 1 or Bloodborne or Sekiro, or Dark Souls 3, or Demon Souls. Scratch Demon Souls. Yeah, all of these are excellent. I would really go with any of them. I think my favorite one is probably Sekiro. Then my second favorite one is probably Bloodborne. Then it's Elden Ring, but Elden Ring is probably first because it's the best game out of them all. But if we're talking about purely combat, it's gotta be Sekiro. And here's a game with an underrated combat system, which happens to be a Souls-like, and it's not Liza P of Black Myth Wukong. It's not the monkey one, or it's not the Pinocchio one. It's the Japanese one, and it's not Sekiro. It's called Nioh, and Nioh 2, because they're the same game. I think Japan just found out that if you make a good combat system, you can just do it again and repeat it, and you don't have to change much. There's a saying in my country that it says, if it ain't broke, break it, and then let people go back to the one that isn't broken. You don't like Wilds? Too bad, it sold 50 million copies, and the next one is going to be just like it. Eat dirt, pussy. Okay, I'm sorry you all had to listen to that. There's a good chance that I will, edit and cut about 90% of what I just said, because it's most random blabbering, but there are some gems in there, and I did start out with, the right intention, which is oh, let me educate people, but I realized, I did, a 5-minute Google search. I'm not really qualified to talk about combat systems or what works and what doesn't. I mean, who's to say that Wilds isn't the best one? Just because I personally don't like it, it doesn't mean that it's dog shit, even though it is. But it doesn't mean that it is. It doesn't mean that it is, even though it is. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I meant. I keep doing that shit. Fuck, man. This video... Is it obvious that I'm stretching this video to 10 minutes? I couldn't do it, though. Goodbye.